I just became kind of a contributor for that Rock on Purpose forum.
I know. Hey guys, I'm actually smiling.
That is the frustrating part with those masks.
Yeah, and I even got like the really thin ones. I'm like, I don't even know if this is doing anything, but I have to try.
I just saw that on your Facebook.
Right now I only have these available because I literally make the masks. Like I
Oh, you do?
Yeah. So I have to make all the other designs. This one's pretty fast to make, so I'm only offering these right now.
Do you have a particular favorite of the masks?
You know what? I really don't, because I've only seen certain designs prototyped, like certain colors of the designs. But right now, I guess like my favorite would be like the gold Legend of Zahna one. It looks so sick. It's a big flop.
You're playing tonight, right? At 9 o'clock?
Hopefully, if the schedule isn't too delayed, hopefully around 9-ish to 9:30, maybe even 10. We'll see.
I've been running a little behind.
That's how it always goes.
Like I said, man, Rock on Purpose was super excited to have me do an interview with you and all that kind of thing.
Yes, we love Rock on Purpose so much. Y'all keep the scene alive, and I'm really grateful for Rock on Purpose.
Thanks, known you for quite a few years.
Yeah, we played some shows together.
Do
man.
you remember that?
I remember.
I didn't expect you to remember that.
Yeah. No, I totally remember. I'm just like, I definitely remember you.
That is cool, man. So, for those who don't know you and who, like, give me kind of an introduction to who you are, and, how would you describe your music?
Yeah, absolutely, guys. My name is Zahna. Some people know me as Susie Madsen. The name Zahna comes from my full Hispanic name, which is Sassano. So you can call me Susie or Zahna, whatever you feel like. But yeah, my music is powerful rock. It's got some metal influence. It's got really emotional songs. It's kind of a good variety, but it's very spiritual and faith-filled. It's like my therapy to write. So if y'all ever bored, check it out.
That's awesome, man. Could you tell me a little bit more? Like, I know your album Red for War. I was listening to it on the way here, man, and had a lot of great songs on it. Could you tell me more about like the album and like the inspiration behind the album as a whole?
Yeah, absolutely. So I obviously was very inspired by the color red. To me, like that just embodies like so many like deep things, like passion and blood and sweat and tears and like love and vengeance and like so many things. So at the time when I was writing this album, I was having a really difficult personal life, a lot of battles going on. I found out I had like a genetic kidney disease, which led to like kidney failure, and like I lost my band and like all this stuff. So at that time, like it was kind of do or die. Like, are you really gonna keep doing this? And it kind of just became the fire, and the color red just symbolized everything I wanted Zahna to be and become. So that was the inspiration, and the whole album is just like so many themes in it, but mostly it's about like not giving up and just like knowing like you can conquer anything, so yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the one thing I noticed about you is you're really deep into the symbolism. Like, I was doing my research and you were talking about how in the video there's ink on the person's hand and that symbolizes sin.
Yeah, it's everything has a meaning. Everything I do is like something, it's there for a reason. Yeah.
Dude, does that like rack your brain trying to come up with all these meanings? Or
no, it's just, it's natural. Like, I don't know, like I get a lot of inspiration to write from the Bible because I went to Bible school, so I love the Bible, I love the scriptures. I mean, I'll just be like so inspired, I'll write something, but like the Bible is such a beautiful book because there's already so much symbolism and like metaphors, and like the stories all point to Jesus, everything in the Old Testament. So it's like not hard because my inspiration's already like that, Yeah, it's just something like when I write a song, I have to let people know the scope of everything that embodies it. Because sometimes it's hard, like you want to talk about it so much. But that's why I love videos, because I can add more substance to the meanings behind it and people can kind of see it.
Yeah, I've been following those on Instagram. I know for Divided Nation, I watch some of that stuff, and scroll through your Instagram and you give meanings behind some of the songs.
Everything's got a meaning.
That's what I love about that, man. And I also know that you did a single, Underneath was the single, you also did that in Spanish.
I did.
And I just learned that you could speak Spanish. I was listening to that in the car going like, this is crazy, man. So tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so this record was just like, this is like something that you are unique in as an artist, and we want to like go for that. Obviously, I was like stoked, because I was born in Mexico, my whole family, my grandma doesn't even speak English, so it was just really cool to present her something that she could understand. And like when I first heard the mix and masters back, like it was very emotional because it's just like a part of you that, you don't really get to share in your artistry, but now you do. So that was really exciting, and I had the pleasure of doing a lot of radio interviews with like Latin American countries all over, and the response has been so cool, so I'm very grateful.
Like, is it just that one song right now, or do you have planned to release further singles in Spanish?
I think what's next is probably going to be my next English record, and after that I may do like a mix of the songs from Red for War and the new stuff, and kind of just, because some stuff like the Latin American market's a little different. Like sometimes they don't like the heavier stuff, so it's just picking the best songs for that market.
Yeah, dude, that's so cool.
Yeah,
man.
I'm so excited.
I love it, and like it's weird to hear it in another language and go like, how did she make that fit? Because you wouldn't assume that.
It's a little tricky. I had a little help from like translators that professionally do this for artists, so that was very helpful. But yeah, like it's an art form. Like those people should get paid a lot of money.
That's so crazy.
It's challenging.
So tell me, you've been doing the solo project for quite a few years now.
Yeah, since 2017 is when I first released my first single, Zahna. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. So tell me about some of the high points that you've experienced since breaking free and doing the solo thing.
Yeah, man, definitely the high points would just be like, it's so cool to like finally believe in yourself and see that it's successful. It took a lot of guts to just like, you know, I talk about that in my album, like you can choose to do this or die. But the response was amazing. Like people were very accepting, and like it had charting success. Like it's literally like I never left. Like my following followed me, and I'm like so touched about that. But I've like, again, the Spanish song's a huge highlight. I got to play in Germany, that's a huge highlight.
Christmas Rock Night,
dude, and Loud and Proud, and
dude,
just the response over there. They love rock so much, and you just feel so at home.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Now, if there's one thing that I love about your music, man, it's that there's always like this sense of like honesty. I can always tell that you write from the heart, and like it seemed like Red for War, from what I listened to, confronted a lot of your challenges in the past. What, like everybody that's a rock musician or any musician in general has a dream version when they imagine it when they're a kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As opposed to like the reality of it. What are some of the aspects of the industry that are disillusioning maybe to you, that you're like, wow, this wasn't exactly what my dream, like, you know, I know.
Being a musician is a lot of work. You know, like literally ever since I got on the festival grounds, I've been like pulled in 7 different directions. But like I could say like I definitely as a kid imagined myself being on big stages and like getting to like be a rock star. Every little kid wants that, right? But you have no idea the technical side of making you sound good. That's like a lot. You have to know a lot about sound. I didn't realize how much you have to know about gear and sound and equipment. And
you know this yourself, so you're having
I'm learning it. I'm not the best, but I'm learning, and I have a great team of people that help me with it. But there's always that like anxiety before you play, like you're gonna have technical problems, and that's kind of like something I didn't know anything about when I was a kid. And just like the amount of sacrifice it kind of takes to do this lifestyle. I mean, there's payoffs. I'm not saying there's not, but you miss a lot of stuff when you're on tour, important stuff like, you know, weddings and baby showers and like funerals, and it's really sad. But at the same time, you know, there's nothing else I can imagine myself doing. Like this is do or die. So yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
man. You've come this far and you're still doing this, still out here.
I'm very blessed too. I'm telling you, it's not easy, but I don't take it for granted at all.
That's awesome. And so what have you learned since Red for War came out, and have you grown in any certain way? What can fans expect for maybe a future release? Like can you tell me a little about what you've learned since that release? Yeah,
absolutely, man. I was very angry when I wrote Red for War, and I always try to be honest about that because people think they have to be perfect, and as Christians and stuff, and I'm like, I don't think God is afraid of our anger and stuff, but like I have healed so much, literally physically, emotionally, mentally. Literally, I got a kidney transplant. I feel physically different, and I would not be able to do this. I sucked so much before I had my new kidney. I had no energy ever, and this requires a lot of energy. But also, I forgave a lot of people. I've reconciled with people. I've had like a new level of confidence after going through all the trauma and being like, it's gonna be okay. Just like this new sense of like, it's okay. Like everything's gonna work out. And I used to worry a lot, and now I don't anymore.
how do you think that that's going to translate in your music? Like, I can't picture you singing a whole bunch of happy stuff, but
Yeah, I literally just got back from Nashville. Like, I'm gonna be in Nashville pretty much this whole month. I'm writing my album. I can definitely see, like, there is just this, like, maturity and, like, new perspective. I feel like after, like, literally going through a life or death, like, disease and, like, you could have died, has really, like, made me not angry anymore, because it's just not even worth it to be angry anymore. Like, when you realize how short life is. So I guess my next album is gonna be lyrically very somber and just very, like, it's all okay, like, it's all good, you know?
That's cool.
It's like there's like a peace that overflows you. I don't know. So it's not as angry, I would say, but I love the song so far.
It's still got that heavy drive. And all
Yeah,
that
it's still got drive. It still does. It's just like I would say it's like more beautiful, you know. I'm a female. I try to exude beauty in music because that's what we are, right? So these next songs are very, like, lyrically and vocally very dynamic and very beautiful, and I really believe in them. So yeah.
I can't wait to hear that.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Different take on it.
Yeah.
You know, maybe some would have past or future collabs. What was that like? You know, any collabs in the work, or people you worked with in the past that were just really awesome to work with?
Dude, everyone, man. Like, just being here is like all the homies are playing at Kingdom Come. Like, I gotta go because I gotta see the homies. I just featured and did a song with Aaron Ray. We actually co-wrote that song together. That was my first song that I co-wrote rapping, and it was awesome.
He was telling me
It was
like
fun.
The original concept for that song was to be more metal, and then you were like, no, let's take it, and I like the direction it went.
It doesn't have to be angry all the time. I'm telling you, you can get your
That's
point across. But it was really cool because I never gotten like actually anybody to trust me with rap, and I'm very proud of that song.
It sounded really good.
Yeah.
Man. I gotta tell you, like I don't know, you're a pretty diverse artist, and I like.
My ultimate goal is to be like a songwriter. Like, when I'm older and like done with touring, like, I would just love to write for people. So yeah, but anyways, dude, like, the protester homies, we just stayed at Josh's house last night. He let us crash there. Like, amongst the giants are like my bros. They fill in for me all the time. So dude, and the Persuaded is here. Dude, there's so many people that are awesome. Except for the Fall, like, God, everyone.
That's so cool, man. So this is the next question. Okay. When somebody mentions Zahna, like, years down the road, what is the legacy that you wish to leave everybody that knew about your music, knew about you, and cherished what you did?
Yeah, I literally just literally want to create music that makes people feel what you have to feel, and hopefully through sorting your feelings, you found yourself closer to God. Like, I want my legacy to be like that song opened the door to me getting closer to God somehow. So I think my legacy is just, I want people to have an encounter with Him, and whatever it takes, whether it's a message from stage, through a song, or through just talking to people that maybe will never listen to your music, like, that's just the legacy. Like, God is open, He wants you, He is available, He loves you. Like, that's, I could go on forever. I just gotta cry.
Okay, so in this new time of COVID and all that stuff, like, I know, everybody's kind of crazy about the industry's kind of changing now, and how can fans support you the best in this time when everybody's just kind of, shocked by all these things?
Yeah, support me. Oh man, I mean, take care of yourselves before anything. I'm hoping just support your venues and festivals when they come back up, because I see as an artist, a lot of times the musicians, live shows, people just don't really go out as much anymore, and they don't understand what it means to have live music taken from you. So when all this is over, support the bands, obviously buy their merch and stuff, but support them by going to shows and going to these venues and helping the venues pay the bills, because we can't play without venues. So yeah, that's all I would ask them for.
Dude, that's awesome. How has it been working with Joseph and Rockfest Records? Is that and how have you fit? What is their goal, and how have you kind of fit into that picture?
I really thought it was awesome. They wanted me to, they hired a Spanish-speaking publicist for me, and I was really grateful for that.
Is there anywhere that fans can reach out to you if they need to find you?
Absolutely. Why aren't you here? If you want to come hang, why aren't you here? No, I understand if they're not here. No, just go to our website. There's a contact form. Email me, even just to say hi, or Facebook message or Instagram. Follow us on all those sites and everything, and hopefully see y'all at another show.
Hey, man. Well, this has been Matt with Rock on Purpose here with Zahna. Great interview, and we'll see you, man. We're at Kingdom Come Festival, and you better get here.
All right, bye, guys.
Thank you.